I could be in a room with myself 3 years ago, over 2 years ago when we started this process, I would tell her, you're going to need to be really brave. And you're going to need to be really strong. There are going to be lots of days when you're tired and you feel hopeless and you want to give up. But you can't give up because she's waiting for you. Hannah's waiting. You've got to keep going. You've got to pick yourself up on hard days when it feels too tough. But you have to keep going because she needs you.
Watching Elizabeth that day was wonderful and in some ways hard. I think there is few things, if anything, more powerful than the love of a mother. And Elizabeth loves our kids so much. She is willing to go any length, to make any sacrifice for them. And Hannah is no exception. And I knew she had worries that day, how things would go, if Hannah would remember her, and knowing that we would have to leave her.
We always knew that Elizabeth wanted to adopt. She worked in an orphanage when she was just out of high school, and she always knew she wanted to adopt a special needs child.
I first volunteered in orphanages in Quito, Ecuador. I actually went there twice. The first time I went, I believe it was 2012, and I was there for 3 months. And I fell so deeply in love with the children in the orphanages, taking care of them every day. It really changed my life. The feeling was growing. We have a daughter who's waiting, and we have to act now.
The more time that we spent talking about it, and we're very spiritual people, we prayed about it, we sought inspiration. It felt like something we had to do. It felt like something that was right and that was meant to be at this point in our lives.
So we set a plan that we were going to have a fundraiser in the summer when it was warm. And we couldn't quite nail down what we wanted it to be, but we just kind of had this feeling. We felt like we wanted it to be this big party. We got up, we went, we did the fundraiser, and it was so overwhelming to me. The amount of support that our friends and our community gave us, our family members, I feel like overwhelmed is the only word I can think of with the support that we had. People who made donations to the fundraiser, people who made donations to the yard sale of things that we could sell, and people who came and were willing to spend money, to give us money for this child, this idea of a child, because we didn't even have a picture of her at this point. But they had faith in us, they had faith in the idea of the adoption enough that they were willing to come and they were willing to help.
It's a different experience when you see your child for the first time in a photograph. All of our other children, the first time I saw them was right as they were born, and very soon they were in my arms. And I think I felt a lot of those similar feelings and emotions seeing her picture. This person who I had never met, but knowing that she was mine, that she was ours, that she was a part of our family, very instantly for me. But also a great deal of, I think, confusion and not really knowing how to handle that this is our child, but we don't have her here. We won't get to meet her for several weeks at that point, and then not get to have her with us for months. It was a long time to complete that part of the process.
To finally see this child that I had been picturing for so long in my heart, to see her little face and to know that this was our child, I felt overwhelmed, I felt excited. Honestly, I felt a little scared. I think what stood out most to me about her pictures is she had these big eyes. And I would just, late at night after everybody had gone to bed, I would come sit at the computer and I would just look at the pictures over and over, and I would just look into these eyes and picture one day when I would finally get to pick her up and just see her eyes in person. I'll never forget the day that we got to go meet Hannah for the first time. It was in the morning, and I remember Miles and I got up, and I was too nervous to eat breakfast. I remember pulling up to the orphanage in the car, and it was the first time we had been there, and there were these big yellow gates, and they kind of creaked open slowly, and we pulled through, and they had us get out of the car, and they told us to wait outside, and they would bring her to us. And so Miles and I were standing there outside. It was a hot summer day, and I remember feeling the sun, and I remember just pacing back and forth. I was so antsy, and I was clenching my hands, and my heart was beating so fast. I was just like on the verge of tears, like at any moment I was going to just erupt into sobs because I was just so anxious to meet my child.
It was interesting having her wheeled out in that little stroller that I'll never forget, that looked pretty raggedy and was falling apart, and wheeled down to us, and she was having a hard time opening her eyes. She'd obviously just woken up from a nap. There was part of me that thought that this child should be a stranger, somebody that I didn't know, and that is what I anticipated feeling, that maybe it would be something that was difficult to overcome. I didn't feel that. When I saw her coming towards us, I felt like this is my child.
I can remember on video watching my daughter-in-law Elizabeth and Miles when they first met Hannah, and it was an instantaneous connection. And I remember Elizabeth just leaning over, she came out in a little stroller, and just tears pouring down her face, and just having this instant bond, this instant love for this precious little girl.
My heart broke in two the day that we had to leave Yerevan. I cried all the way home on the plane. People kept looking at me. The stewardesses were asking me in French, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "No, I'm not okay. I'm leaving my baby." It felt so unnatural. Meeting my child, feeling this bond to her, getting to spend time with her, and then having to leave. And I was so afraid. I was afraid, would she remember? Would she remember us? I reached out on social media to our friends, and I said, "Will you please pray? Will you pray with us that we can get Hannah home by Christmas? If we could just have her home by Christmas, like, I will be more patient. I will wait. I will try not to complain." So finally they called in November, and they said, "Okay, things are ready. You can come." And I was elated. I was so excited to think maybe we can be with her for Christmas after all. And so we moved really fast. We booked the tickets the next day. We weren't delaying at all, and we left on Thanksgiving, and I was just so excited to finally get to be with her again.
I don't think I'll ever forget that moment as long as I live. I think we were also worried, would she remember them?
You're excited, but you're worried that she's not going to recognize you. She's not going to know who you are. You're going to have to start this process all over again. And the moment she came through the door, her little arm just shot out, and she was reaching for Elizabeth.
Hannah reached her hand out to me. It was like all of my fears that she would forget us evaporated. I just took her and held her, and Miles came over, and we both just hugged her together.
I remember most just seeing the limitless potential that she had, that she was ready to do so much more than what she was able to do right then in her life.
And it was so exciting. We walked her over to where the kids were. They all wanted to hold her hand and smile at her, and she was just watching them with the biggest eyes, and she didn't seem scared at all. She was interested. She wanted to watch them. It was almost like she knew, these are my people. Like, I belong here, and we're finally together.
And it just feels like this huge relief to feel like this long, very trying journey that has been filled with hope is finally able to not come to an end, but actually able to begin. Like, we finally get to begin, right? We've just waited for so long, and now we get to start our journey together.
I've been away for far too long, but now I'm on my way back home. I hear the west winds calling out my name. They're telling me to head your way.
We landed, got the official text. We are here on Utah's the Wheel.
I was looking to belong when I'd already found my home.
That's him, that's him, that's him. There you guys, they're here.
Won't be long, I'm there before the setting sun, for you to fall into my arms, the place I call my home. I was looking to belong when I already found my home.
Don't wait. Don't wait for a perfect time. Don't wait for a good time. Don't wait for a convenient time, because there isn't going to be one. Miles and I are just everyday people. He's a police officer. I'm a stay-at-home mom. We don't have a lot of money, and we already have we have 4 children. We hoped and we had faith that if we worked really hard, if we tried our best, that we would somehow find a way to make this happen.
I was looking to belong when I'd already known that you would be there. When the rains are gone, like a light in the night, you will always be my home.
We've been waiting for this moment for so long. It feels surreal. It feels like a dream.